Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video in SQL Server. Today we are going to learn about what is looping statements in SQL Server. So likewise in other programming languages we have looping in SQL also. So we don't have any for loops in SQL Server. We can either use a while loop or a cursor. So what is a looping statement? A looping statement is basically used to repeat a set of tasks again and again until certain condition is true. So for this there is a while loop and also cursor available in SQL Server to repeat these tasks. So let me explain what is a while loop in SQL Server. So while loop is used to execute a set of SQL codes with, and whenever the condition is true. So you need to provide a boolean condition until it is true, then the set of codes will be executed. When it becomes false, then the loop will be terminated and ends the process. So we have another looping concept in SQL Server known as cursors. So cursors are database objects that are used in SQL Server to iterate a process of the result set row by row. So when you use a cursor to iterate over a table, then it will returns the value results based on row by row function. So you can get the result set one by one in your cursor. So it will be beneficial for us to perform many operations. You can either use the select statement, update and delete operation through these loops. So it will be really helpful to repeat the task some set of codes in SQL Server. So let us see some live examples and create a few while loops and cursors and understand it better. Let us get inside SSMS. So now I am inside SSMS and I have connected inside my server. Let me create a new query inside my training DB. So here just like in any other programming languages, starting with a while loop, let me print integer values from 1 to 10 so you can understand it better. For this, let me first declare a variable number. So in SQL, if you need to declare a variable, you need to name the variable with the at prefix. So this will says the SQL Server that you are defining a variable and you need to use the declare command to declare a variable, and after the variable name you need to provide the data type of the variable. So as this is a number, let me give it as a integer value, and after this I need to pass a initial value for my variable. So I am going to initialize a value for this. Let me give as 1. So now the variable holds a value 1. Now I am going to perform the while loop. I need to run the loop. Let me provide my variable until this is less than or equal to 10, then I need to print this value. So here I am going to give the begin and end command. Inside this begin and end, we need to provide the code which is going to be executed repeatedly until this condition is true. So basically in SQL Server, the while loop has a syntax of you need to provide the while keyword and then followed by the condition. Here I have provided the variable less than or equal to 10. So inside this I am going to print the variable which is this number variable, and after printing this you need to provide the increment value for this variable. So let me provide the variable name, and I am going to increment this with 1. So now I have declared a variable and set the variable as 1, and inside this while I have provided if the variable less than or equal to 10, then I need to execute these statements, and I am just printing the variable. So I have set the value to increment 1 by 1. So now let me execute this. You can see the value has been printed from 1 to 10. So you can use while loops just like in other programming languages to repeat the set of tasks until the boolean condition is true. So you can handle the loop operations with the help of conditional operators too. For this let me provide a if condition. I need to break the loop once the variable reaches the value 5. So here I am going to provide the if condition. If the number is equal to 5, then I need to break the loop. So here I am going to use the break command. So now let me execute this again. So you can see now my loop has printed 1 to 5. So I have provided if the variable reaches 5, then I need to break this loop. So you can also use conditional statements inside your loop to handle the loop function. So you can use a while loop to repeat set of tasks. So to explain this cursor, let me take a table from this database training db. Let's expand this table folder. Let me take this employees table for the example. So let me provide the select command. Let me execute this. Now you can see that in this employee table I have employee id, employee name, their department id and the respective salary for those employees. So here I am going to declare a cursor that will repeatedly fetch the employee name and print it in the output window. So for this, let me first declare a variable which holds the employee name. For this, we need to provide the declare command, and starting with that, we need to provide the name. Let me provide as employee name, which is my variable name, and I need to provide the data type for this. Let me provide envarchar 255. So I have declared a variable, and then now I am going to declare the cursor. So let me provide the declare command again. So for this, to declare the cursor, you need to provide the cursor name first, employee name. So I have provided the cursor name as employee name, and followed with the name you need to define as this is a cursor. So give the cursor command, and you need to provide the for condition and for which you are going to declare this cursor. So I am going to declare this cursor to select the values from the employees table. So let me provide the select from the employees table. So I just need to fetch the employee name. So let me provide the employee name in the selection list. So once you type in, you can see the suggestions. You can just select this employee name alone for our example. So after this, you need to open the cursor that you have created recently. If you open the cursor, you just need to provide the open employee name. So this is my cursor name, open employee name, and then you need to provide the fetch next condition. This is going to fetch the value one by one. So fetch next from the cursor name. So let me provide the cursor name, employee name, and after this you need to provide the declare this inside the variable which you have created here. So into this variable, so this will assign the first value for my variable, and again now I am going to repeat the task with the while loop. Inside this while I am going to provide a condition which is I going to get the status of the run count, and after this when it becomes 0, then I need to break the loop. For this I am going to use a global parameter which is built-in global parameter available in SQL Server. You can start with at and you can see all the global variables available in SQL Server. Here I am going to select this fetch status, and I am going to check until it is 0. I need to begin and execute these statements. Inside this begin, I am going to print the name of the employee. So I am going to give the print, and all the employee names will be stored inside this variable. So I am going to print this variable. So after this I need to provide the fetch next command. This will again fetch the next value from the cursor. Fetch next from the cursor, which is the employee name, and after that I need to provide the into condition and insert this into the variable that we have created. So after this you can end this cursor, and then you need to close the cursor, close the cursor name, along with this you can also deallocate the cursor, deallocate, and you need to provide the name. So now let me execute this set of codes. So here I have declared a variable which holds the employee name, and I'm declared a cursor to select the employee names from the employee table, and I have opened the cursor, and I have inserted the first value inside my name employee name variable, and inside the while loop I have provided my print statement and incremented the value one by one. So now let me execute this. You can see in the output window I got all the employees name one by one. So it has fetched the rows one by one and returned the employee name with the help of this variable which we have created. So rather than using the print statement, if you use the select statement, it will clearly shows how the data will be fetched. So here you can see the data is fetched one by one. So in the output window it is returned one name at one time. So this is the basic difference while we use a cursor. So cursor is used to return the values one by one from the result set. So these are the two available looping statements in SQL Server. You can use a while loop to repeat a set of codes repeatedly until a boolean condition is true, and you can use a cursor to repeat the values one by one in your result set. So I hope you have understood what is a while loop and what is a cursor, and how you can create while loop and a cursor, and how we can use these efficiently in our queries. So let me provide the GitHub link in the description where you can find the solution and also exercises. Please subscribe to the channel and watch all the videos in the SQL Server playlist. Thank you for watching.